Well, what is going on, everybody? It is Mr. Banks here, and I wanted to do a nice little trade recap for you guys on the cues that I made today. First, we'll go ahead and take a look at the call real quick. So the call I'm speaking of today is 298 puts at 56 cents. This is at 8:32 a.m. Mountain Time. So at this time, let's take a look real quick. So when I made this call, I was looking to see if we can get above 300, right? So we broke below 300, broke below 300. That was a major level we needed to hold. As we know, the 300 level is major to hold. When I saw we couldn't break above right here, right? So this was the breakdown, and then we couldn't break above on this candle, decided to take the put. We wrote it down. Now, it was a fast, very fast play as I saw that we put in a higher low. And right here gave the nice direction and trade plan straight to 71 cents. And then I took it down to a runner at 73 cents, right? So left a runner, eventually took profit on the runner because the premium was eaten by the time we got low again to this level. So that trade was done after that. But guys, let me also give you another look at this trade and something you could have done as well today. So if you want to take a look, we couldn't get above this level, right? So get above 301, the 300 major level. Now, supply and demand zones, guys, we've been talking about these a lot lately. It's been a hot subject. Let's look at this real quickly. Look at this level we couldn't get past today. Right? So this is something to really pay attention to when you're taking your plays or looking for the bigger moves, right? So as we could see, this used to be demand, right? So we'd come down and touch it, it get bought up, come down, touch it, bought up, right here, get bought up again. So this was a major demand zone, right? So there was major demand here. Every time we touched it, we would move up, it would get bought up. But once we flipped our hips, guys, look at this. Once we flipped our hips and broke below this level, right? 300 level, right, guys? See that? Once we broke below, what happens? Demand now can become supply, right? Demand can now become supply. So this is exactly what happened here. If you guys take a look in this zone, it was a demand, right? It was just a demand zone last week. And now we came and touched it, became a supply. So guys, when you're looking at supply and demand zones, let's make sure that we look at the bigger picture, right? And I'm even only on the 10-minute here. So it's not even too crazy of a lookout, but you can still find these supply and demand zones, especially for these intraday trades, right? We're going back to last week. We could see it was a major demand zone. Now it is a supply zone. Giving way to the trade, a nice put today. Lastly, what I want to go over real quick is how the market moves, right? So in the opening, we usually have a lot of volatility, right? And then we want to look for a trend. This is where we find the momentum of the day where we can take a trade. Now, most of the day was pretty choppy in the beginning, right? Very choppy. We had, this drop, very choppy, and bounce up. But if you take a look here, if we could have found this trend right here after the morning, you could either draw it there or here. If you look at this, if we could have found this trend, this would have been a nice break of structure. If you didn't take puts up here, you could have waited to this nice break of structure on the trend, right? So it came down, this kind of created, you could actually even draw this. Let's remove this one. You can even draw this trend right here. Can even come up here, kind of in the same area either way, right? Came down, bounced, came down, bounced. So once we found that trend, we could have waited to the break of structure to take puts as well. This would have been a great play. And honestly, this put taken here, this short taken here would have paid a lot better and a lot fatter than the one I took earlier in the day. So guys, recap real quick, supply and demand zones, very important to look to see, are we going to go short, or is this an area, that is a demand where we're looking for a bounce? Obviously today we broke below the demand zone. It turned into a supply zone. So it would have been a perfect area to have taken a put. After that, we had the volatility every morning. And then after we find volatility is when we want to find the trend or the momentum trade of the day. So we could have found the balance of taking this up. If not, we could have taken the puts at the break of structure right here. Now, guys, I hope this helps. Nice little trade recap. I hopefully we'll be doing this again. Everybody have a good night, get some rest, get up early, make sure you're ready for the market and get ready to kill it tomorrow. See you guys. See you wolves. I'm out.